But it's also important to be able to comment and sort of speak or chat, if you will, in an informal fashion. Now, John is an important man, and John has to fly around the world frequently, and so, of course, this afternoon he needs to take off to another location. He's going to need to leave the session, and instead of just telling me that, which he could do, he also wants to indicate to other members who might join the session later, not only that he is going to leave the session, but that he will rejoin the session tonight when he lands, so that other members of the collaboration will know that he might have more to say and he might not be completed or he might not have finished. And so you can see over here in the Rosebud window that John has said that he will rejoin the session tonight when he lands. And if I had been up on the wheel and had time to do so, I could have even thrown a little informal note to say, "Have a good trip," and I can click send, and I've just sent that in there. That's not something that I want to have become a part of the collaboration session, and I don't want other people to have to read the fact that he and I are chatting back and forth. But there are pieces of this conversation that would be important for someone sort of just coming up to speed, that they want to know that this conversation has happened. Specifically in this case, that John has left the session, but that he does intend to return. So what we've done here is we've been able to collaborate around a document that comes from a multiple set of sources. We've been able to see everything in the high resolution and full color that's important for us to be able to collaborate effectively. Once that's complete, I'm going to leverage a couple of more aspects of Acrobat that really make this session useful. First off, I'm going to leverage the fact that Acrobat has this comments panel down here, which allows me to see all of the comments in a document quickly. So if I'm coming into a session after it's been active for a couple of days, it might be useful for me to look through all of the comments that have been made by the various participants before I start adding my thoughts and comments to the mix. And I can do this very quickly without having to jump through each of the pages of the document using this comments panel. And then, once all is said and done, if I'm the initiator of this or I need to bring this information together, I can actually use the Acrobat functionality under this options menu here to summarize the comments. And what that's going to allow me to do is create a summary sheet so that I can see all of the comments in one place. And Acrobat actually allows me to produce a PDF file, which of course I could upload into the session. So after I've seen everybody's comments, I think everybody's had a chance to comment, I can summarize it, upload that summary into the session, so that everyone else can see it at the same time. All I need to do is go ahead, produce the summary, and then once the summary has been created, just jump up to the File Save As menu, go ahead and save it, and Rosebud will take care of the rest for me. It's a very simple process. Now, the final thing that I might want to do with this document in Acrobat is add some security. So I'm going to select from the security menu, commenting only, and what this is going to do is it's going to lock the document so that someone who opens the document later, perhaps outside of the Rosebud session or in some other fashion, they're only going to be able to have access to the commenting functionality in the document, and that means that they can't change anything in the document if they're, a real sophisticated Acrobat user. But the other thing that I might want to be able to do with security too is after a Rosebud session wherein I've added a lot of comments to the document, colleagues have done the same thing, it might be useful to lock the document so that no changes can be made. And that's just one way that I can protect the process so that no one can add a comment or not have added a comment and claim to have. It's sort of a way of covering your bases to make sure that the information in the document is what you expect, and it really does truly reflect the workflow. Now, these are Acrobat things, but the point here is that Rosebud as a tool that works with Acrobat can leverage the power of this very powerful tool. So with that, we hope we've been able to show you some interesting things about this great tool, and we invite you to take a look at the product by downloading it from the Rosebud website. If you're interested in doing that, please definitely check out www.rosebudplm.com and then follow the links from there. Thank you very much for your time.